What's up guys, I'm here with another video. Welcome to episode 87 of Let's Build the City. Today we're building Tomato Town Pizzeria from Fortnite. So, yeah. Let's build Tomato Town Pizzeria.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the Tomato Town Pizzeria from the game Fortnite. If you enjoy this video, all I ask is that you please hit that like button, as it really does help me, the channel, and this incredibly creepy Mr. Tomato out quite a lot. So if you do enjoy the content, please do remember to hit that like button and share it with a friend. If you have a friend that loves Fortnite as much as you do, or even more, I bet that they'd love to make this insane building in Minecraft. But without any further ado, let's get started. As a quick side note, does anybody find this guy incredibly creepy? Because I sure do. Okay, so before we begin, I can tell you that to make the pizzeria, we require every single one.
Alright, let's grab them. So we need stone brick slabs. Oh, no. Stone brick slabs. I think sandstone slabs, just regular sandstone slabs, I think.
Of these materials that I have in both my hotbar and my inventory right now. So please do me pizzeria. We require every single one of these materials that I have in both my hotbar and my inventory right now. So please do make sure that you have access to every single one of these. Pause the video if you have to, and once you do have more, we may begin. And just to let you know, the pizzeria itself will only require a 31 block by a 31 block area. So if you are trying to put this in quite a congested part of your world, you might want to plan the build out by building this grid. And should you build the grid, you want to start on the very front left-hand corner of the grid. You want to count in from the corner to the right by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then count inwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you see, if you have made the grid, we're both starting in the same place in the grid. Well, from this block, you want to place a light blue concrete and go right of it by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then place 3 stone bricks going right. 1, 2, 3. Place a green concrete to the right of that, and go up by 2. 1, 2. Go right by 2. 1, 2. Go down till you hit the ground. Take the block that hits the ground and go right by 3 using stone bricks. 1, 2, 3. Then place 5 light blue concrete going right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go behind that 5th concrete, and we're going to place 4 more light blue going backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then place 9 stone bricks, also backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then hold
on, let me see if this is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay.
More light blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming across the back of this, place 4 light blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then place 9 stone bricks coming across the back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 more light blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring this in now towards the front by 4 more light blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 stone bricks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then place a row of light blue concrete to connect back all the way to where you very first started. And you should end up with a shape that should look like this. Now, once you have completed that shape, we have a few things to do. Grab the green concrete, come to the front left-hand corner of the build, and on top of this light blue concrete here, place a dark green. Then, we're going to need another material. I'm going to dump white for a little bit and grab glass. Right of the dark green, place a glass pane. And then a green, glass pane, green. I want you to take the first initial green, and I want you to place a glass behind it, followed by a green concrete, glass, green concrete. On top of all of the green concretes, stack an additional concrete, and in between those concretes, of course, place a glass. Like this. Come to any one of the other 3 corners of the build, place a green concrete on that corner, and on top of the blue concretes, I want you to place a white stained glass pane coming from the green, green after the panes, pane after the greens, and then still on top of the blue concretes, place a green concrete. Place green concrete on top of all of the green concretes, and then of course fill in between them using your white stained glass pane. And then come to any one of the other 2 remaining corners and do the same. Green concrete, followed by glass pane, followed by a green concrete, glass panes, and a green concrete sat firmly upon the light blue. Place green concrete on top of all of the pre-existing green concretes, and then join them together using white stained glass pane. And now we just have one more corner to do. We're going to do the same thing. Green concrete on the corner, glass following it, green concrete, then glass, and then green, like this. And then we're going to add another layer of green on top of all of that, and then glass in between. And these are the ground floor windows. Now, once you have done those ground floor windows, there is a little bit of detail work that we can add to them. I want you to grab your red sandstone slabs, and this can be done on any one of the sides that you have the light blue concrete. It has to be done to all of them. What you do is you take the very edge of the rows of 5 light blue concrete, you place red sandstone in front of the bottom sides, the left side and the right, and then you place a row of 3 red sandstone slab in between them, half a row above, and it actually looks like a tiny little mustache. And you must do this everywhere that you have those rows of 5 light blue concrete. You want to do that on every single side. So of course that means 4 corners, which means that we have to do this, wow, math is so hard, 2 times 4, that's 8 times. So go all the way around the base of your pizzeria, and we want to do this all the way around because it's a really cool bit of detail, and it's the same detail that you would find from the original pizzeria in Tomato Town, and it really does just add a nice little touch like that. Then, I want you to place stone bricks in between all of the windows, as high as the windows, making it so that there is no gaps on the lower floor. The lower floor being the ground floor, which is the floor that we're doing now. That sounded complicated, but it's not. Simply raise up all of the stone bricks until they are as high as the windows, is what I probably should have said, but hey, you know, live and learn. So, raise up all the stone bricks, make sure there's no gaps between the windows, and then we can go on to the next bit, which, once you have done that, it's looking a little bit weird at the moment, but it's going to look so awesome later. I want you to take the entrance of the pizzeria, which is, I'm sure that you guys know where it is, it's right on the front. We're going to take the green concrete, extend it 1 row towards us like this so it stands out. Then I'm going to chuck a door in the middle. It can be any door really. Dark oak wood I think goes quite well because it's quite dark, as is the pizzeria. So that's what we want to do. Now, any door really, dark oak wood I think goes quite well because it's quite dark, as is the pizzeria. So that's what we want to do. Now, next thing we're going to do is we are going to place 2 rows of stone bricks all the way around on top of the pizzeria. So this is all above the windows, all above the pre-existing stone bricks. We basically form a nice big square, and we don't only just want to do this once. Oh no, that's where you might be wrong. We want to do this twice. So we're going to do exactly that, ladies and gentlemen. And later on, we will also be adding a tad more detail to this part. As a matter of fact, we might even do it now, because in my opinion, it's one of the worst parts of this tutorial. It's not a part I enjoy doing, and I don't think you guys will either. So we'll probably do it, we'll get it out of the way, and then we can continue building upwards. So we now have something which should look like this. It kind of looks like a very funky prison. I'm going to get rid of the dark oak doors and grab white concrete. I'd make sure that you have white concrete and lime concrete next to each other for this next part. Okay, so I want you to take the top row of stone bricks that we have just placed, come all the way to the top left-hand corner of your pizzeria, place a white concrete in front of them. Okay, just like that. Easy enough. Now here's where the irritating part comes in. Go right of that and place a lime concrete. Then a white, line, white, line, white, line, white, so on and so forth, repeating that exact same pattern, going all the way around the edge of the top of the pizzeria. So you can actually get pretty fast at this if you really do try and put your fingers to work here. You just want to copy what I would refer to, I always call this either like a chessboard pattern or a checkers board pattern, where you've got 2 repeating colours, one after another. And we just want to have this going all the way around. And what is this, you might be wondering to yourself? Well, there's a big overhang. You know how you have above some restaurants and stuff like that cloth/felt looking material that kind of keeps people dry that's down underneath? That's what this is. But here's the bad part about this. Once you have done that once, we now want to do this. So, we want to take that very first white block that we ever placed, this one right here. We want to place a white concrete block underneath it, in front of it, destroy the original. We then want to go right of that sticky out and lower white concrete block. We want to place a lime concrete. Then a white, line, white, line, white, line, white, until you eventually go crazy. And you want to repeat this going all the way around what you have just made. So making sure that it is always 1 row lower and 1 row outwards in relation to the, I don't even know what to call it, like the overhang that we've just made. It's probably got a name, right? Well, I'm too stupid to remember these things. So, we're just going to repeat the overhang pattern, going all the way around until we have 2 layers of this. And then that will be what I would consider one of the more irritating parts of the pizzeria complete. Although not difficult to do, I would say. So, eventually, we will end up with something that should look a little bit like it.
Just need to do it. What does it return?
Looking a little bit less prison-like right now, which is cool. So, once you yourself have completed that point right there, I'm sure it won't take you guys too long. Well, we want to come all the way to the top front left-hand corner of these stone bricks that we have at the pizzeria. We want to place a stone brick on top of this stone brick. And right of that, we're going to need glass again, by the way. So what material won't we use? Birchwood slabs for a little bit. We're going to grab glass paint. And right of this stone brick, we're going to place a green concrete. I'm just going to shove these materials specifically closer together just to make my life a tad more easier. So right of the green... concrete, I'm going to place a glass. And then a green concrete, like that. Then I'm going to actually place a light blue concrete, and then a green concrete, and then a glass, green concrete, stone bricks, light blue concrete, a stone brick, green, glass, green, light blue, green, glass, green, brick. Perfect. So, the pattern that we will eventually end up with should look exactly like that. Now, that's a pattern that is fairly difficult to remember, and we're going to be needing it a lot more. So, what I want you to do is I want you to, continuing from that last stone brick that we placed, we're going to keep repeating this until we've done this on all four sides, okay? So, we're going to do a green concrete, glass, green, then a light blue concrete, green, glass, green, stone bricks, light blue, stone brick, green, glass, green, light blue, green, glass, green, stone brick. That is a complicated pattern to remember, so it just wants to look like this. If you ever get stuck, if you've done one side right, which would probably be the front if any, then copy that. Keep repeating that over and over again. But we're going to continue going around from the pattern of stone brick. We're going to place a green, glass, green, light blue, green, glass, green, stone brick, light blue, stone brick, green, glass, green, light blue, green, glass, green, stone brick. And if you have done the opposite side right, the front in this case from me, then you can copy it onto the side in particular. Same goes for this side as well. So like this side we will have the stone brick. Place a, going right with this, we're going to place a green, glass, green, light blue, green, glass, green, stone brick, blue, brick, green, light glass, green, light blue, green, glass, green. Oh, how fun. So once we have done that pattern right there, we're actually going to take that pattern, and I want you to take every single block in that pattern in particular, and I want you to add on an additional layer of that pattern going all the way around. So I'm actually doing things kind of the slow way around at the moment. I'm just going to take all of the stone bricks, I'm going to raise them all up like this until all the stone bricks are done. Now I'm going to do the same with the green, just because I find it easier just to do all of the colours in one go instead of having to switch in between them. But you want to raise up every single one of the blocks in the pattern up one row, and it shouldn't be too difficult after that. So just raise them all up one row like this. What have I got now? I've got some light blue concrete left, and then I'm going to have to go around and I'm going to have to do all of the windows. But we are slowly but surely reaching the top of the pizzeria, and we are leaving no details undone as we travel up, which is cool because we don't have to come back to any parts in particular and add more detail, which sometimes I do in my buildings. If there's a part which is particularly annoying, I like to leave them until the end and get all of the annoying parts done at the end. But we're kind of building them in between here, and we're just making sure that all of these blocks have two layers on top of them. But as I did say, we are very slowly, Mr. Blue here, are very slowly reaching the top of the pizzeria as we do continue on. So eventually, you will end up with something that should look exactly like this. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add a row of stone bricks . On top of all of that, and I do mean all of that, so just go all the way around on top of it using your stone bricks like this, just going all the way around. Shouldn't be too difficult, just like this. But that is to be expected, just like that. That's perfect. Okay. Next thing we want to do is we want to place a row of light blue concrete on top of the stone bricks. So going all the way around on top of the stone bricks, we're going to place a layer of light blue concrete that does indeed go all the way around on top of it. Just like this, just goes all the way around the edge, just like that. Nothing else much to say about that, we just have to place it. And once that is done, we now want to grab red concrete. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky, but I'm sure you guys will get this. On each one of the four sides, we have placed light blue concrete in between the windows at various points. I want you to take the rows in which the light blue concrete correspond with the light blue concrete at the top of the build, and I want you to place a red concrete above those points. Kind of reminds me of The Incredibles a little bit. I don't know why. It kind of reminds me of the strong guy, Mr. Incredible. How could I forget his name? Kind of reminds me of his original suit a little bit. But that is what you want to have on all four of the sides. So go all the way around and dot all of the red concrete blocks above the light blue concrete rows on each one of the four sides, corresponding like this. There we go, which is cool. Just like that. I then want you to place a row of light blue concrete all the way around and in between those rows of red concrete. So, blue concrete all the way in between the red, connecting them all together. And also, it's going to create an additional level of depth around the pizzeria, just joining all of these together. Just like that. What we now want to do is we want to extend those red concretes down using light blue concrete until they hit the top of the overhang. So once again, just going all the way around, we want to extend them all down, making sure that they hit the top of the overhang. And I think that these shapes here vaguely kind of represent the shape of pizza slices, which you're going to see in a second. It's a very cool, very nicely designed building. I really am quite a fan of the pizzeria in particular, hence why I decided to build it for you guys. So like this, connect them all down. And here's where the shape gets interesting is, we want to take the blue concretes underneath those red concretes, and we want to extend directly the first blue concrete left and right by one. So it kind of creates like a triangular shape, which is why I think it kind of emulates the shape of a pizza slice, which I think is pretty cool. That's just me. I think that's pretty cool. Anybody else? No? Okay, well, I like it anyway. So go all the way around, do that, and then we can focus a little bit on the next part, which is going to be the roof. So once that has been completed, I now want you to place a row of stone brick slabs on top and around the row of light blue concrete and the red concretes. I want you to place a row of stone brick slab that goes all the way around, half a row above, and a row outwards from what we've made. So exactly like this. I'm hoping that isn't complicated whatsoever. I'm sure that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about, just like that. Once again, it's all about depth with this build. It's very cool. I really like how it goes. We then want to add a layer of stone brick slabs inside of the row of stone brick slabs that we have just placed. So simply going all the way around the inside of this place, an additional row of slabs. We are slowly climbing up the vine to reach the Tomato Man. I'm very happy about this. We're not too far off as it stands, actually. We're going to be making... This is actually kind of a cool part of the building, this next one. So once you have made that part, I want you, and this is kind of tricky, okay, to get this, but I want you to go to the very front middle of the build. Basically, where the door is, on the front of the building, this is the middle. Follow it up, right, where we have like the red concrete, that's even easier, the middle red concrete. Follow it up, and I want you to place a light blue concrete on top of the blue concrete frame that we have at the top of the building, right in the middle. So that should hopefully be rather easy to find. Hopefully. I want you to extend this light blue concrete left by 2 rows, 1, 2, and right by 2 rows, 1, 2, like this. Then next, we have to place a row of light blue concrete that is above and inside in relation to the row that we have just placed. So like it's above and backwards. We're then going to place another row of light blue behind this, like that. And then above and backwards from this, we're going to place another row of light blue concrete, like that. Place a row behind, like this. And then one row above and behind this, we're going to place another row of light blue concrete, slowly creeping upwards and inwards. Then we're going to place another row coming backwards. So just so that we can visualize this, you can kind of see what we've got going on, right? So that's what we want to have, and that is perfect. And that is right in the middle of the build, as you can see, like that. But we actually want to not only do that once, we want to do that 3 more times, as you may have guessed. So like if we come to the left side now, you find the middle. It's very easy because we take the very middle of the red concrete blocks, and pretty much just directly above it, here, we're going to place a light blue concrete. You can see how that works. We extend that light blue concrete left by 2, 1, 2, and also right by 2, 1, 2. Then one row above and behind this, we're going to place a row of light blue, so above and behind, like that. We're going to extend that back a row. Then one row above and behind this, we're going to place another row of light blue, exactly the same as we did on the front. Then we're going to extend that back a row, just like this. And then one row above and back from this, we're going to place yet another row of light blue concrete that will actually join kind of in the middle, like this. And once again, we're going to do this 2 more times. So like if we come to the back now, we take this red concrete middle block at the back, we place a light blue concrete where it is kind of like in the same sort of position, but it's kind of like 1 row inwards and 1 row up. We extend the light blue concrete left 2, 1, 2, right 2, 1, 2, and then above and behind that we place a row of light blue, extend it across, extend it back, do the same again, above and behind, a row of light blue, extend it back, above and behind, another row of light blue, and then extend it back, like that. Same on this last side, red concrete in the middle, light blue here, left 2, 1, 2, right 2, 1, 2, above and behind we place a row of light blue concrete, extend it back, above and behind another row of light blue concrete, extend it back, and once again above and behind another row of light blue concrete, and extend it back. There we go. So we now have the platform on which we can now build Mr. Pizza Man. But first, we actually have to build the pizza. Yeah, I know. Okay, so now that you have all 4 of those parts, we now want to take the rows of 5 that we first initially placed, and we want to add another row of 3 light blue concrete on either side. So the first row of light blue you want to first initially place, and we want to add another row of 3 light blue concrete on either side. So the first row of light blue you want to extend it left by 3, 1, 2, 3, and also right by 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. And you want to do the same on all sides. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we will have something which should exactly look like this, and then we want to connect all of these pairs of rows together using light blue concrete. So we actually want to do this by placing diagonals in between these sides. So something like that on each one of the 4 sides is what we want to do. So simply just connect them diagonally. It should only require 3 diagonal blocks on each one of the 4 sides. And then that should be that. Just got this last one. Just like that. So from the top view, you can kind of see how this is all pizzaing together. See, I said piecing to get put pizza. You guys get the idea. That's not funny at all. I'm going to grab the grey concrete, and you can kind of see how this is all pizzaing together. See, I said piecing to get put pizza. You guys get the idea. That's not funny at all. I'm going to grab the grey concrete, and I want to fill in the gaps on each one of the 4 corners. I'll actually want to fill in the top of the corners with grey concrete like this. So just on the outside of the circular part of the pizza, just grey concrete. Just as you can see me placing that, just all the way around like this. And then here on this final corner too, just like that. And I just want to have something which should in the end look exactly like this. Now, the next part involves us using birchwood slabs and red concrete. And this is another annoying part of this, but you know, it is what it is. So, I want you to grab your birchwood slabs and pick any one of the 4 sides, any one of these pizza-shaped slices. Use your birchwood slabs and place a layer of birchwood slabs that looks like this. We start from just half a row above the edge of the shape, and we place birchwood slabs like this, kind of around the inside of the top of the shape that we have just made. So something like this, kind of looks like a W. Then above this, half a row above, inside of this shape, we want to do the same thing. The shape does not connect together at the corners, like that. And then we want to do this again. We want to keep layering this shape like this until we eventually get to the top. So like this now. And then again, we're going to do the same. It's kind of creating a corner like this. And then the same again here, just like that. And then eventually we will hit the top, like this. We have to add slices of pepperoni. This is in this position, this position, this position. Destroy those blocks, replace them with red concrete, like this. And there you have slices of pepperoni. Now this has to be done just in true fashion with this build. Same thing on all four sides. So let's come to this side now, and let's do it again. So half a row of the outside shape here, we want to place a row of birchwood slabs. Once more, it's half a row above and inside of the shape that we have made. Looks like a W. And then we do the same thing again. We keep layering it up half a row at a time. We do not connect it together at the corners. That is something rather important to remember, otherwise the shape gets funky. And we just build it all the way up to the top, like that. And then we destroy specifically this block, and this block is funky. And we just build it all the way up to the top, like that. And then we destroy specifically this block, and this block, because those are the pepperoni blocks. So there, and there. Perfection. Let's do the same again. So this time I'm going to do it a little bit faster, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just going to get these last two pizzas done. Last two pieces done. Pizza. I just cannot talk today, can I? So we just want to do this once more. After this one, just once more. After this, layering it up and up and up. And then we can... then there's even more extravagance to the platform, actually, that Mr. Pizza Man has to sit on top of, which I've... And then we can... then there's even more extravagance to the platform, actually, that Mr. Pizza Man has to sit on top of, which I find kind of funny, that he's got a very nice perch at the top of the pizzeria. You know, it's very extravagant. Apparently the pizzeria must be doing very well because he can afford a really, really nice platform at the top of this place. But you guys will be finding that out very, very soon, once we have placed all of these rows and connected everything together that has to be connected. So here, 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 just like that. Perfect. And of course we destroyed this block, and this block to make room for the pepperoni, just like that. And we will have something that looks like this, which looks pretty cool all by itself. But there is more to do. So now that you've done all four of those sides, we come all the way up to the top middle portion of this. And above this hole that we have created, we want to lay a layer of light blue concrete above and inside of the hole that we have created. So we take that shape and we make it stick out by one row, like this. Place another row of light blue concrete directly on top of what you have just made, like this. I then want you to grab the green concrete, and on the corners of the sides that you've created, the four sides, I want you to place green concrete on the corners and in the middle on each one of the four sides. So that would be the first one. This is the second side. This is the back. And then this is the final side, like this. I'm going to then place a row of green concrete that goes above and around the tops of all of the green concretes that we have just placed. So this is going to create a ring above and around the outside of what we've just made, like this. I'm then going to place stone brick slabs around the top of this, the upper half, that, well, as I just said, it goes all the way around the top of this, like so.
Hello, GG Gamer 09 with cat emojis. I like that. welcome to the stream anyway.
The front is, because that's important. This is the front, okay? We come all the way up to the top of the platform. You want to find specifically the middle part of the platform on the... This is the front, okay? We come all the way up to the top of the platform. You want to find specifically the middle part of the platform on the left side. So that should be fairly easy to find. You guys know where the middle is, where this red is. You follow all the way up to the top. On top of this stone brick slab, we're going to place... Let's grab all the materials as well. We need an orange concrete. We need white concrete. We need dark blue. First time we've used this. We need red. And what else do we need for his scary, scary face? Well, we need grey, we need buttons, quartz slabs, dark oak wood slab. Dark oak wood stairs. It requires a lot of materials. We're actually missing one, but it's the last one that we'll be using.
Hello, Bench Arthur. Dano, welcome to live stream.
Then place a white concrete on top of that. And then an orange. Extend it right one, then up one. Then extend it right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make that 6. And then extend it down one, right one. Place a white concrete underneath that, then an orange. So something like that is what we want to have. Now, once you've placed this, I want you to place an orange concrete right in the top center of the shape that we've made. Place a blue concrete left of that and right of that. I then want you to place underneath the blue concretes, I want you to place 3 red concretes coming down. 1, 2, and then 3. And then the same under the blue, like 1, 2, 3, like that. Place white concrete in between, and then place white concrete to the left and right of the rows of red. So on the left here, and on the right here, like this. Extend the middle row of white towards you, and the red rows left and right of it towards you as well, like that. And then I want you to take the side parts of this, where you have the white concrete, extend that 1 row inwards, and the same with the orange below. And on the right side, the white concrete inwards 1, orange below as well, like that. Come to the back, we're going to do a similar thing on the back here. We want to, well, kind of. We're going to take all of the white and the reds, and we're going to extend them 1 row out of the back of this. So we want to take all of those rows of red and white, and we're going to extend them 1 row outwards of the back of Mr. Tomato. So all of those rows, like this. We're then going to take the middle white row, extend it 1 row backwards, and the red rows and extend them backwards as well. And then we're going to place a row of orange concrete parallel to the row of blue and orange that you have on the front. So something like this. And I also want to fill in between all of these empty spaces at the bottom. I'll probably use, say, like green concrete for this to just like fill in the gaps, just in each one of the 4 corners like that. So, yeah, there we go, that's cool. So now we kind of have the body of Mr. Tomato Man. So next, we're going to grab red concrete. All the way up at the top of the build, I want you to place a red concrete right in the center of the body. Extend that red concrete left by 2. 1, 2. Then extend it up 1, left 1. Up 1, left 1. Up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Go right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1. Right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. Go down by 3. 1, 2, 3. Go left 1, down 1, left 1, down 1, left. like this. We're then going to extend the red concrete one row forwards by, well, one row. So we're going to take all of the red concretes forwards by one row, like that. And then we're going to do the same, and we're going to extend the back outwards as well. So we want to extend the red concrete backwards by one row, like this, all of them, like that. I want you to take the back part of Mr. Tomato's head, and I want you to one row outwards from the empty shape that we have at the back of the head, this, all of them, like that. I want you to take the back part of Mr. Tomato's head, and I want you to one row outwards from the empty shape that we have at the back of the head. I want you to fill in the back of the head, only filling in the empty space, like this, and like this, just like that. And on the front of the head, here's where things are different, and we might, you know what? I want you to do the same thing, okay? So we're going to use the red concrete, and we're going to completely fill in all of the empty space except one row outwards, and then we'll carve in. We'll do some tomato carving, which is something that, you know, it's less fun than pumpkin carving, really, but we've got to do it anyway. So we've now got like a blank canvas at the front of the door, right? Well, I want you to begin by deleting these bottom 3 red concrete blocks at the base of the shape that we've created, and place quartz slab on top of those 3 red concrete blocks, and then destroy the space above that, and destroy left one, right one. Destroy an entire row above that, like this. And then we're going to fill in this empty space using grey concrete, except it's inside of Mr. Tomato's mouth, like this. And then you know what, I don't know whether it's actually a good idea to replace like the top 3 middle red concrete blocks like this. That is such a creepy smile. Yeah, that's actually better. We'll replace those blocks, because he's got a mustache, you see. So I'm going to place a dark oak wood slab in front of the bottom left red concrete and the bottom right red concrete. I'm going to raise those up, connect them together, and also fillet them out at the bottom, like left and right by one. So something like that. Oh, I love this. This is such a creepy build. I'm going to destroy specifically this block and this block above the mustache, replace with white concrete, fill in with buttons. This guy reminds me of the Pringle Man for some reason. I'm going to grab dark oak wood stairs, and above the eyes I'm going to place sideways facing dark oak wood stairs like this, with dark oak wood slabs above, like that. Right? He's just like a red Pringles guy. And then on top of this we need green concrete. I'm glad that we have this, because we're going to do the stalk on the top of the head. So we take the very middle of the head, place a green concrete, extend that green concrete left, right, up, down, so we have a plus shape, extend the middle block upwards, and then do an up left diagonal, like that. So we want to have a nice big stalk on top of the head, and oh wow, that is crazy. With the sun, he looks even creepy. He looks like some sort of crazy god. Crazy tomato god. Okay, so from this point onwards, the pizzeria is actually pretty much complete. So if you just want the pizzeria, then this is where you would stop. But if you want to add a little bit of detail around the edge of this, stone slabs, quartz slabs, bit of stone brick, no we don't need stone bricks, and some grey concrete, and that's all we need for this. So you might want to place a path out in front of the pizzeria, maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you start the path on the inward red stone brick slabs or red sandstone slabs, if you start the path, dig like 5 blocks in front of this, in front of the entrance of the pizzeria. Place quartz slabs in this, in front of those, so inside the hole. And then I'm going to make this entire area in front of the pizzeria, this entrance, I'm going to make this stone slabs, like this, And then I'm also going to create some parking spaces using some like white concrete. So I'm going to dig in front of all of the red sandstone slabs. I'm going to dig 5 blocks. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, maybe even... blocks, right? So now 5, and then like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. I'm going to dig in front of all of these, and I'm going to place white concrete blocks inside of all of the holes, right? All the way around. But on these sides, and let me just show you, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. White concrete blocks in those holes in between the red sandstone slabs, and then I'm also going to place a row right in the middle leading from the pizzeria to the outside like this. So I'm just going to then place the white concrete row right in the middle to create an additional parking spot. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to dig around, and I'm going to place grey concrete inside of all of those empty spaces like this. So to place all of those white lines coming from the middle and from the red sandstone slabs around the outside. I'm going to place the white lines, dig it out, place grey concrete, and around the entrance I'm going to place stone slabs. And those are the things that I'm going to do after recording to make this just a tad bit nicer. So bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, let me do that, let me show you what your pizzeria would look like if you did actually do that yourself as well, and then you can decide whether or not you want to bother. So this is what the pizzeria will look like if you do decide to add some parking spaces. stone slabs. And those are the things I'm going to do after recording to make it a bit nicer. So bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, let me do that. Let me show you what your pizzeria would look like if you did actually do that yourself as well, and then you can decide whether or not you want to bother. So this is... nicer. So bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, let me do that, let me show you what your pizzeria would look like if you did actually do that yourself as well, and then you can decide whether or not you want to bother. So this is what the pizzeria will look like if you do decide to add some parking spaces, a little bit of an entranceway, and if you do grey out some of the areas in between. Now, I do think it looks a little bit better because you get a really nice contrast between the grass and the rest of the pizzeria. But if you have other plans, then you may not want to do this. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the tutorial complete.
We have finished the Tomato Town Pizzeria from Fortnite. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me building the Tomato Town Pizzeria from Fortnite. If you did guys enjoy this video, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video from me, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a lovely day, guys. Peace out. And for this tomato...